Hi guys, what's up? I hope you're doing fine. Welcome back to my channel. I think the time has come for you to get to know me better. I've asked you guys if you had any questions for me, and I'm going to give you more information about myself, I guess. So first of all, I thought I would start with like the random stuff like name, age, nationality, etc. So my name is Naomi with the French accent, and my last name actually means delightful in French and can be found in the dictionary, so if you want to, I don't know, accept the challenge, just do. I'm 23, I'm a 97 liner, as these guys. So my nationalities are Swiss and German. I was born and raised in Switzerland, in the French part of Switzerland, so my mother tongue is French. And yeah, my dad is Swiss and my mom is German, so I have a part of my family here in Switzerland, another part of my family in Germany, and actually a part of my family in the States, so that's kind of interesting, a good combination, and allows you to travel around, I guess. Why noonaex as a channel name? You have to know that my close friends call me Na or Nao. My dad used to abbreviate my name and my brother's name to Nona, because my brother is named Noah. So when I created this channel, I wanted to have kind of like something that was personal, so for me, kind of like linked to my experience, my name or whatever. And afterwards I was like, okay, but I would love to have something that kind of links to the Korean culture as well. That's when I decided to add an O to it and make it Nuna. Some might think that it's actually cringy when they know what it means, but I didn't do it to appropriate myself something or for people to think of me as a Nuna. No, I did that because it was the most obvious link I could find. And afterwards the EX at the end are the first two letters of my last name. You know, there was a thought process behind that name, you know? How did you get into K-pop? So I've been into K-pop starting from 2015, and I was at the time, and before that time I was really into Japanese animes. So I guess the interest for Korean culture and entertainment kind of came naturally. I first started by watching K-dramas actually, and when you're watching K-dramas you kind of have already like a link to K-pop at some point. So Japanese animes, Japanese dramas, and then K-dramas, and then K-pop, you know, that's like the natural path I would say you would follow. And I must say that K-pop was really there for me in difficult times, because 2015 and 2016 weren't easy years for me. So I was very glad to have discovered K-pop, which was my first MV. From what I can remember, I think my first K-pop MV ever was Adore You by 17, and probably Something by Girls' Day as well, because I was really into that song at the time. You might have to know because it helps you to understand a bit like my path or my way in the K-pop world. I've stopped listening to or following K-pop for like almost 1.5 years, I would say. The reason actually was my ex-boyfriend. He didn't really like it. He was a tall dude, German, with blonde hair and light eyes. He was always telling me, if you like Asian guys so much, what are you doing with me? And I was like, silly, stupid, I don't know. But you know, when you're in love, you don't really realize what's happening and you just do things because you think you have to do it, but actually it's just silly and stupid. I've stopped listening to K-pop and following K-pop for almost 2 years. So I would say end of 2016 until mid of 2018. So that's when I wasn't like aware of what was happening, the groups and everything. So yeah, I had to catch up quite a bit. But after my breakup, I could like throw myself again into K-pop, and I realized K-pop was actually there for me again, you know, in my hard times. The breakup wasn't the sad thing, it was more like the realization of the fact that I had been lying to myself for like the entire length of the relationship, and that was pretty hardcore, I must say. And especially like the fact that I had to shut down my passion during my relationship for what actually, you know? So yeah, don't do it the way I did. Why are you still a fan today? So I have to say that being a K-pop stan is not easy. Especially here in Europe, I have the feeling that we're facing a lot of criticism, but I'm still a fan today, despite all the difficulties, because I think that K-pop is a genre of music which brings every bit of art into something, you know? What I love about K-pop is like the variety, the diversity. Korean music is so various and so diverse that you can find everything you like in there. And I love the performances and dances. I think in the Western music this aspect kind of got lost with the years, and especially nowadays. In K-pop I must say that I really respect idols because they are working so hard and it's very hard to get there. So in a sense it's very inspiring as well, and afterwards you want to support even more because you know how much hard work there is like behind that. The amount of work put into it is just insane, and to me that can only be respected. And sure, there are some negative aspects. My main fandom, so I'm always saying I'm a carrot at heart, but I have to say that I'm an army on papers because I got the membership to get access to the pre-sale for their concert, which might not even happen this year. Otherwise, I would say there are two fandoms I'm tending the most towards to, the Mon Bébé fandom and the 18E fandom. K-pop is so diverse and everything. You might have like one fandom you think you fit the most into and that you love dearly or that you've been in for like many years, but that doesn't mean that you're not allowed to appreciate and stan other groups equally as the one group. You have the choice and you should not feel restrained because you have the feeling that you have to be in only one fandom. Oh, then we have the worst question ever. How many K-pop groups, solo artists do you stan? So many! I'm doing reactions, so I genuinely enjoy every artist I'm reacting to. It doesn't happen very often that I'm reacting to a group I don't really enjoy. I'm picky regarding that. And I must definitely say that I'm a boy group trash. I'm opening myself right now. I'm beginning to appreciate more girl groups, and if I had to pick some groups I appreciate the most, like the list could go on. Definitely if I had to mention some groups, it would be 17, Monster X, ATEEZ, BTS, Victon, CIX, Pentagon, Super M for sure, Astro as well, and the list could go on, you know. And regarding girl groups, I would have to say that I'm not like super into this cute girl concept, so that's why probably I'm a huge fan of Mamamoo and G-Idol, and I really enjoy Everglow as well. I definitely got to appreciate Twice and Red Velvet, which I wouldn't have thought a year ago. In terms of solo, I really enjoy so many artists, but I must say that I'm an Eric Nam stan. I think I didn't tell that, but Eric Nam is one of the first solo artists I discovered, kind of. And I must say that he inspired me kind of from the beginning in terms of like self-discovery, self-love, self-acceptance. Otherwise I could mention Changga, Somni as well. And as male solo, I would say Zico because I find him very handsome and cool. I have my eyes on Kang Daniel, I have to say. I mean, there are so many great artists in the K-world that I could name so many, but that will like last for a day. Next question. Who is my ultimate bias? I think I'm making this so obvious. It's no other than V. Favorite series? Does Harry Potter count? A passion obsession besides K-pop, horse riding. I'm doing it less now because I think my time has passed, but I would always be happy to get on a horse or be around horses because I kind of grew up around horses at some point. I was doing a lot of dressage competition here in Switzerland, so until 2015 I guess. Otherwise I would say that makeup is definitely a passion of mine, as well as listening to music and probably content creation, photography, videography, those type of things. And I guess I have a thing for stuffed toys and candies as well. Yeah. My favorite food, pokeballs, sushi, everything with rice inside makes me happy. What's your favorite place to travel to? It's very hard to say because I haven't visited like all the beauties and singularities this world has to offer. But right now I would say I would definitely consider going back to Scotland once and the north of Germany as well. Thailand was pretty amazing too. I would love to visit more of Asia because I haven't. And in terms of cities in Europe, I would definitely say that Berlin and London are my favorites. And yeah, I love traveling and discovering what the world has to offer. But yeah, unfortunately right now it's not like the best time to travel, but we'll see in the future, maybe. Who do you want to meet one day as an idol? I prepared an answer because I was like, this is way too complicated for me. So I'd definitely say any member of 17, because they just feel like special friends to me. Like, they have been there for me in periods where I have been feeling very low. I would like to meet any of them and just thank them for their work and like the inspiration they were to me. Otherwise, I think if I'd happened to meet V in real life once, I would probably die on the spot. But I guess the person I'm most eager to meet is definitely Eric Nam. As said before, he's a true inspiration to me, and I think having a conversation with him would not only be fun but meaningful as well. And I'd really like to thank him for everything he's doing and saying regarding like Asian representation on an international scale. I would love to thank him for all of his like TED Talk worthy speeches as well, because that makes him so funny and so interesting, dear to my heart. How many languages do you speak? What's the best ways to learn a language in your opinion? So French is my mother tongue, as said. I'm fluent in English and German. I had German not only at home with my family but at school as well. I think my written German is lacking though, because I'm just missing some practice. And English, I had it at school, but I have to say that I learned English way better by myself, and I did my bachelor studies in English, so that definitely helped a lot because I had to write everything in English, all my classes were in English, all my presentations were in English, so that definitely helped a lot. I had a year and a half of Mandarin, but I must say that that language is so freaking complicated that I already like forgot everything about it. I used to be into Japanese, so I kind of know like basic stuff, and currently I'm putting a bit more effort into learning Korean properly. By that I mean like not only like learn things you hear in K-dramas or on TV shows, but like learn the proper grammar and how it's written and the vocabulary that goes with it, etc. So yeah, it's going well, but I'm still like at a very basic level. It's hard to study by yourself, you have to kind of keep the motivation, and you can definitely go for it if you have like the motivation, the structure, the organization. I think you can really learn a language by yourself as well. It's way easier when you spend some time in the country with the people who are speaking the language. I think that really helps to get like this fluency. Someone asked me how many K-pop albums I have. Here in my room, I counted. I have 37 albums, plus one package, the winter package by BTS. Then I have 11 albums, which are still like somewhere in Korea waiting to be shipped, because the current situation is just messing with everything. And then I have 2 light sticks. Yeah, I don't want to say that's it, because it's already a lot. To the extent of where my collection goes, that's it. How do you get enough money for all the K-pop stuff, and any advices for students with no time to work? I definitely learned how to manage my money. I had to pay my school or university by myself, so I had to work and save money to pay my school. So that definitely helped me to get a sense of like what money is worth, the work you have to put into something in order to get the money, and where afterwards you want to spend it. And I'm saying that mostly as a gift to myself at some point. For sure, that's not like a necessary expenditure. I'm lucky that I can choose to give out the money for these kind of purchase. And in terms of tips, I would definitely say that you need to get your money in order to buy your K-pop stuff, and it's a good experience as well to get to work and to find work and to kind of like put that effort and then get rewarded for that effort, be it the money or be it like the K-pop album you're going to buy with that money. But afterwards, I have to say that I'm living in a country where everything is so expensive, so when you work you get a certain amount of money as well. But otherwise, I could also recommend to participate in giveaways and maybe buy your album secondhand if you want to be into that, but be careful when you buy from people on the internet, just that you know that that person is reliable and that you're not getting scammed. So yeah guys, that was all for this very long Q&A video. If you have any other questions, you can always ask me on Instagram or ask me in the comment section down below. I will be always glad to answer it to you if I can. I hope you had fun getting to know me better. And thank you so much for your support guys. This is really appreciated and it's actually crazy. Thank you!